John the Baptist, Zacharias. But it's all positive. Maganda yung kanyang birth. So, the background of John the Baptist, the birth of John the Baptist is, masasabi natin, ng exceptional. Let's look at his lifestyle. According to Matthew chapter 11, verse 4 to 6. Just write this down. So, you know what I did, by the way, just to let you know. I tried to read Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John, and try to grab all the stories of John the Baptist from all those 4 Gospels. And that's the reason why I'm trying to collect all the information that we could gather here. So this time, I'm jumping to Matthew chapter 11, verse 4 to 6. And let's look at his lifestyle. And understand, is he really great? Okay. I think on his birth, he's great. Right? Kasi maganda yung promise eh. The promise of the angel of the Lord is so promising. Diba? So he is considered to be great. But let's look at his lifestyle. Sabi sa sa Matthew chapter 11 verse 4 to 6, sabi ganon, John's clothes were woven from coarse of camel's hair. And he wore a leather belt around his waist. For food, he ate locusts and wild honey. People from Jerusalem and from all Judea and all over Jordan Valley went out to see and hear John, and they confessed their sins. He baptized them in the Jordan River. So what is his lifestyle? His lifestyle is he lived in the wilderness. And that's the reason why the boys, but not from the Philippines or not from America, but from the wilderness. And what is his clothes? Sabi ganon, his clothes were woven from coarse camel hair. He wore a leather belt. Oh, passionista pala si no? He's so fashionable. He used leather belt. Okay? But, and then it says here, his food is locust and wild honey. And his occupation, he baptized people. Okay? Yun yung lifestyle niya. But what's the significance of this thing, yung lifestyle of John the Baptist? The reason why it was highlighted on his life, so that we could reflect. Diba? That God can also use people even wearing those kind of clothes. Hindi pa wala kailangan na mag-necktie ako or mag-Amerikana ako. God can even use an ordinary and a simple person or a simple people who basically hindi tayo limited on what we wear. It is the heart that is the most important thing. That is his lifestyle. How about his death? On his birth, he looks great. In his lifestyle, I don't think so. Diba? Kasi sa standard natin, parang, hindi naman great. Diba? Kasi parang isolated niya. He isolates himself, and then the way he dressed, and the food that he eats. That's not the kind of food that, most people know great people eat. How about his death? You can find his death in Matthew chapter 14, verse 3 to 11. Remember Herod. Herod is one of the Jewish leaders at that time. I'm just simply going to tell you the story again. See, Herod, he married the wife of his brother, Philip. So, so basically what Herod did, he married the wife of his brother, Philip. And then what happened is John the Baptist always confronts Herod. He always confronts Herod, and he always tells Herod, you know what you did? It's not right in the eyes of the Lord. So what happens next, pinakulong ni Herod. Herod imprisoned John the Baptist. Okay? Kasi lagi akong sinisermonan nito si John the Baptist. Let me put him in prison. So pinakulong ni Herod si John the Baptist in prison. And because of these things, yung wife ni Herod, hindi ko alam kung ano yung pangalan niya, I remember, actually, there was a name, give me 1 second. Heroditas, okay? That's the name of the wife. Heroditas, pangit yung pangalan. Kung hindi pa pangalan sa anak niya, don't name that to your daughters. So the name of the wife of Herod is Heroditas. And what happened is, Heroditas is also mad. He's also doesn't like John the Baptist. Kasi he doesn't want to, Herod and Heroditas, parang nagsasama sila eh. not in a good way. Diba? Parang adulterous life yun eh. But Herodotus doesn't like the way John the Baptist is preaching, that this is not good. So Herodotus wants to kill John the Baptist. And one day, what happened, during a birthday party, Herodotus asked her daughter to dance in front of Herod. Nagsayaw, siguro, ano klaseng sayaw yung gawa. And then Herod asked the daughter, because of this, I would like to give you something, ask me anything, and I will give it to you. Sabi niya ganun sa daughter. That's what he told the daughter of Herodotus. And what happened is, the daughter came to the mother, and the mother just asked the head of John the Baptist. And that same night, Herod, because of his promise, it cannot be broken. Remember that? Pinapugutan na wala. They beheaded John the Baptist inside prison, and then they gave the head of John the Baptist in a silver platter to Herodotus. And that's how John the Baptist died. What a great death! Kung gusto mong mamatay, you want to die, you don't want to die like that, right? It's not great. It's messy, right? But that is John the Baptist. That is his background. I'm just simply giving you a background. But what does the Lord Jesus Christ see on this guy that he mentioned that he is so great? Is it because of his birth, his lifestyle, or his death? I don't think so. Let's look at this. Sabi ko, just like what I said a while ago, if you're going to use the criteria for greatness, John the Baptist would not be deemed great. He was not born into a wealthy and powerful family. He does not have any special social status at all. Nothing about his lineage or his social behavior or external appearance or even his diet will suggest that he should be considered anything but odd. Diba? No, in our modern day, probably you would not like to attach yourself with this guy. He looks so odd and different, right? And today, I'd like us to see and understand who is this man, John the Baptist. And we will try to know him and learn how he was considered to be great by the Lord Jesus Christ. And now that we know his background, let us now understand the idea what makes him great and what does he do that is so important. Ano nga ba yung ginawa niya and what is his achievement in order for him to be considered as great by the Lord Jesus Christ? Number one, this is what we're going to study on this topic, the boys from the wilderness, like lesson from John the Baptist. Number one, this is what makes John the Baptist great, because he had the mission, his purpose, true prophecy, and testimony. What do you mean, Brother Del? When we say mission, we mean his purpose, and in order for us to understand his mission or purpose, let us look on two things that can help us understand it. Yung mission niya that is his purpose. And in order for us to understand that, let us look at those two things, yung prophecy and his testimony. Let's look at the prophecy, the past. According to Isaiah, Isaiah is the one who was speaking here, in Isaiah 40 verse 3, he said, listen, it's the voice of someone shouting, and this is what he's shouting, clear the way to the wilderness for the Lord. Make a straight highway to the wasteland for our God. That was Isaiah who is prophesying in the past. Okay? It was in the Old Testament. In Matthew was the one speaking here. He said, the prophet Isaiah was speaking about John when he said, so basically he just confirmed. He only confirms what Isaiah mentioned in the past. Matthew mentioned it again in the New Testament. And this is what he said. He is the voice shouting in the wilderness, prepare the way of the Lord is coming, clear the road for him. And then on Malachi chapter 4 verse 5, it was Malachi who is speaking here. It's no longer Isaiah, but it's already Malachi. And this is what he said. Look, I am sending you the prophet Elijah. Remember, Elijah was likened to John the Baptist in the Old Testament. And he said, remember, Malachi, Elijah already passed. Wala na si Elijah dito eh. But remember, he was forecasting what's going to happen. I'm sending you a prophet Elijah, who is to be John the Baptist, before the great and the dreadful day of the Lord arrives. So these are another one. It was Zachariah, the father, who is now speaking here on Luke chapter 1, verse 76 to 77, and this is what he said. Remember Zachariah when he encountered the angel of the Lord, because he didn't believe in him at first. Ano nangyari doon sa encounter nila? Ginawa siyang deaf. Ginawa siyang pipi. He cannot speak. And then the moment when John the Baptist was circumcised in the 8 days, biglang bumukas yung bibig niya. Nakapagsalita na si Zachariah. And the first thing that Zachariah said is this one. Imagine that, nung nakausap ni angel, napipi siya, and the next time na nakapagsalita siya, nanganak na si Elizabeth, and this is what he said. And you, my little son, referring to John the Baptist, you will be called the prophet of the Most High, because you will prepare the way of the Lord. You will tell His people how to find salvation through the forgiveness of their sin. Meron pa ba? This one. Luke, si Luke naman nag-speak dito. Kanina si Zechariah, but this time it was Luke who is speaking. Isaiah had spoken of John when he said, he is the voice shouting in the wilderness, prepare the way of the Lord coming, clear the road for Him. It was mentioned again. The valleys will be filled, and the mountains and hills made level. The curves will be straightened, and the rough places made smooth. And then all people will see the salvation sent from God. So basically, as we could see, there were prophecy in the past, and there were statements in the New Testament that collaborates everything, and basically sum up the purpose of John the Baptist. And what is his purpose? His purpose is, number one, his purpose is to announce. He is the voice shouting. Okay? He is the herald. And another thing is, he is there to remind people to prepare, to urge people to make it straight, to clear the road. Kung ano man yung mga balubulok dyan, kailangan tuwidin na. Diba? Kung may mga nakakalat dyan, kailangan linisin na. And to direct and tell the people how to find salvation. So he is not only to announce, but he is also to make everything straight and clear. And also, he is the one to direct people, go there, and you can find your salvation. That is his purpose based on prophecy. Yun ang purpose ni John the Baptist. But again, those are the people telling John the Baptist. Diba? It doesn't come from John the Baptist himself. But let's look at this one. The testimony of John the Baptist. Prophecy came from the other people. Testimony came from John the Baptist himself. And let's find out what is his purpose or what is his mission. About himself, in John chapter 1, verse 19 to 27. Sabi niya ganon, this was the testimony of John when the Jewish leaders sent priests and the temple assistant from Jerusalem to ask John. So there is an interrogation here. There is an interrogation. People are asking, the Jewish leader asking John, who are you? And this is what John said. Sabi niya ganon, he came right and said,